Nicolas Cage is Dracula. That's pretty much reason enough to go and see Renfield, a new movie hitting screens this Thursday. In this modern monster tale, Cage returns as vampire for the first time since 1988's Vampire's Kiss. And Nicholas Hoult stars as his long-suffering servant. Get ready to sink your teeth into this one.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay? I need to get out of a toxic relationship.
Renfield is an action horror comedy.
To most, I am Dracula.
Okay, obviously we're dealing with a little bit more than just narcissism here.
Nicholas Hoult plays Dracula's loyal servant, Renfield, who's ready to see if there's a life outside the shadow of the Prince of Darkness.
You're never really going to be free until you face him.
I will no longer tolerate abuse. I deserve happiness.
Count Dracula has been one of the most prolific monsters on the big screen for decades, and Nicolas Cage's vampire portrayal is one for the ages.
Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death. I thought my father, whom I channeled in a little movie I made called Vampire's Kiss, was a great starting point for the way this Dracula speaks. You know, let me explain something to you, kid. Who are you? You were sent by the church. So much can be conveyed with voice and just your eyes that even though I'm under 20 pounds of makeup, the performance still can come through with voice and eyes. That's really what I learned from it.
There's plenty of universal monster love and references in Renfield as it recreates sequences of the 1931 black and white classic, Dracula.
31 film is brilliant because Dwight Frye's performance is so iconic. So stealing things from that when I can. I love his laugh, obviously, and that's such a piece of the character, so trying to pepper that in. You go back to the novel a lot to figure out how Renfield began as a character and as a person. But then this is also 100 years later. It's then thinking, you know, how have these characters developed over that time, and that's what I love with what Nick did to it. You know, he brings a lot of these two characters, you know, they're together, but they love each other, and they also are tormenting each other.
Renfield, bringing innocent victims. I want a handful of nuns, a busload of cheerleaders.
And I just want a normal life again.
And there's so much hurt even in Dracula for what Renfield does to him, trying to escape him. So there's a lot to unpack emotionally, I think, between them.
However, I'm the real victim here. I was always trying to be conscious of the tone of this particular piece. It's an R-rated fantasy, but it's hilarious, and that's a balance that you have to find. And thankfully, Nick is someone who has tremendous wit and comic timing, so we were able to riff off of each other. I was always thinking about that. I am your only friend.
So you bring him people to eat?
Well, I do other stuff.
Like what? Wash his cape?
No, the cape is dry clean only, strictly.
Yeah, I will wear this. It's fly, yeah.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It does. Count Dracula has been resurrected once again. That's terrible, actually. Anyway, Renfield is the modern monster tale that sees Nicolas Cage sink his teeth into one of the most prolific characters in movie history.
Dickie caught up with Awkwafina and Ben Swartz about the vampire comedy Renfield.
Mr. Renfield, welcome. I am Dracula.
Hey, congratulations on this. How did they sell it to you? Did they say, you know, you're going to be a traffic cop who's Dracula's PA?
Yeah, I think so. So something like that. Yeah, it didn't make much sense in the log line, but when I got the script, I think that's when I was like, yeah, this is going to be a really cool movie.
Some call me the Dark One. Others, the Lord of Death.
Did it make much sense when you were making it, or did it all just kind of come together when you saw the finished product?
The filming process is we were all over the place, but I think one thing that really did strike me that you know, as we were filming it, was the toxic relationship kind of through line and theme about it.
Let me explain. I work for Dracula.
Count Dracula? So you bring him people to eat?
Well, I do other stuff.
Like what? Wash his cape?
No, the cape is dry clean only.
It's Nicolas Cage as we've never seen him before, right?
Oh my God, his performance is so iconic. It's mind-blowing. He's definitely the best Dracula I've seen, for sure.
It's not about getting Eleanor to like you, it's about getting her to respect you.
Crazy Rich Asians was such a huge success. Your heart must have been singing when you saw what happened to Everything Everywhere at the Oscars this year.
I think everyone felt really joyous. I think it was hard not to, especially to see Michelle Yeoh and Key be honored after so many years that they put into Hollywood in these really iconic roles, and they're such good people. I think it really did say something really important about where we are now, and I think it's really good. It's a good direction.
Renfield, your sole purpose in life is to serve me. Now, let's eat.
Hey Ben, how much fun was this?
Oh my goodness. I get to play with Nick Cage as Dracula? What else that's a bucket list item.
What was the sell when your agent made the first phone call to you about Renfield?
I got the script and it was so funny. I love the idea of going bananas with the comedy, going bananas with the action, it kind of being a horror movie, and then Nick Cage is Dracula. And it's the easiest pitch in the world to say yes to.
I will no longer tolerate abuse. I deserve happiness.
Let me explain something to you, okay? You deserve only suffering.
How does it feel watching all those gory scenes, when you know what went into making it?
It looks so cool because even there's a scene where I get stabbed here, and we're doing it, but he's using a fork that doesn't have prongs, so he could really hit me a couple times where it doesn't kill me. But then to see that, plus them adding the prongs, plus all the blood that's coming out of me, to see the final product from what we were filming is amazing because we do so much practical effects and then they just up it a little bit with a little CG on top.
Nicolas Cage, it's been a while since we saw him and we're seeing him as never before. What do you think of his performance?
I feel like everybody I talk to has a Nick Cage movie. What's your Nick Cage movie?
Face Off, probably.
Face Off, for me, Face Off, The Rock, and Con Air were the 1, 2, 3. I can't not think of his hair flowing in Con Air, or him with those little green balls. Remember The Rock? To do a movie with him and to watch him, I loved Massive, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I thought he crushed that. I thought he was amazing in Pig. And you're just watching him make these beautiful steps again and proving to everybody what he's always been able to do.
We love your work here, Ben. You've got lots of fans in Australia. What can we look forward to around the corner?
My goal is to get to Australia. My goal is to get to New Zealand one day, 2 countries I haven't visited yet. So I'm hoping to get there soon.
It's just a short move. You've got a big audience here waiting for you.
Man, if I sell out an Aussie venue, I would be so happy. It would make me so happy.
Do the Opera House. That'd make your folks proud.
Oh my goodness, yes, it'd be incredible. I've seen pictures of the Opera House since I was a kid. I can't wait.
Hey, congratulations, Ben. All the best, mate. Cheers.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
You know when something crazy happens and someone's like, it's okay, I've seen way worse. Everything I saw you do today is gonna be my way worse.
It's my least favourite part of the job.
Look, it looks really good, and it's great that Dickie sold the Opera House to Ben to do a tour. It's great. Dickie's producing that now, but Renfield does hit cinemas this Thursday.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?